The Final Sleep of Flight 329, a 15-part suspense horror story, Part 1. Before departure it was 11 p.m. Flight 329 stood ready for departure from JFK Airport in New York, bound for San Francisco. The aircraft was nearly empty. Only 18 passengers, mostly business travelers or night flyers hoping for a quiet sleep-filled journey. Emily Johnson, a 25-year-old nurse, slumped into seat 14A with heavy eyes. She had just finished 3 consecutive shifts at the hospital. Exhausted. She fastened her seatbelt, popped a sleeping pill, and closed her eyes. Inside the plane, there was an odd silence, like something invisible was tucking everyone in. The flight attendant's smile felt off, too perfect, too robotic. Nobody paid much attention. Everyone was tired. 5 minutes later, the captain's voice crackled through the speakers. "This is Captain Daniel. Welcome aboard Flight 329. The skies are clear. Estimated flight time, 5 hours. Relax, and have sweet dreams, Sweet dreams?" Emily opened her eyes briefly, puzzled. That wasn't something pilots usually said. Part 2, the first silence of sleep. The plane was already in the air. Most passengers were dozing off, lulled by the soft hum of the engines. Emily felt herself drifting, yet it didn't feel like a normal sleep. She opened her eyes. The cabin lights were dimmed, bathed in a strange blue glow. Everyone around her appeared unconscious, unnaturally still. Emily stood up, unsettled. As she turned toward the aisle, a child's whisper echoed in her ear, "They're coming." She spun around. No one was there. Part 3, the empty cabin. The flight attendants were gone. Emily pressed the service button. No response. She moved toward the cockpit. The door was ajar. She peeked inside. It was empty. No pilot. No co-pilot. But the plane was still flying. Then, the radio crackled with static, and a voice whispered, "Don't look back. They're waking up." Part 4, eyes that don't blink. Emily rushed back to her seat, heart pounding. But the cabin wasn't the same anymore. Passengers sat upright now, their eyes wide open, but the irises were gone. Just white. One of them, in seat 9C, slowly turned his head to her. "You're awake," he said, in a deep, otherworldly voice. That was a mistake. Part 5, prisoner of sleep. Emily bolted toward the emergency exit. But it was no longer there, just endless rows of seats and silence. Suddenly, a small boy grabbed her hand. "Come with me. There's one way out. But it only opens in dreams." "Who are you?" she asked, frightened. "I'm the one who never woke up." Part 6, the door of sleep. The boy led her to the back of the plane, where a strange wooden door stood, something no aircraft should have. "This flight only moves through sleep," he whispered. "If you wake, you're trapped." Emily opened the door. Inside was a room. Old-fashioned, with a ticking clock, running backwards. Part 7, reverse time. The clock's hands spun counterclockwise. The world around her began to twist. Every tick sent her deeper, backward. Suddenly, she saw herself, in her nurse uniform, standing beside a hospital bed. With a man lying still. It was the same man from seat 9C. Part 8, the flight of sin. The memory rushed back. He died under her care. A mistake. A fatal overdose. Now she understood. Part 12, the dream returns. She shook the passenger beside her. "Wake up. Something's wrong." They smiled blankly. "This is our home now. Dreams never end here." Part 13, the final broadcast. The radio flickered with a faint signal. "If anyone can hear this." Flight 329 was declared lost 10 years ago. No survivors were ever found. Part 14, the last bell of sleep. Emily finally found the door again. This time, it stood wide open. She stepped through. And everything turned misty. Before fading, she looked back, and saw them. The white-eyed passengers, standing, watching, approaching. Part 15, The Plane That Never Landed, 5 a.m., San Francisco Control Tower. The plane, wrapped in dark mist, approached the runway, flight number .329, it landed silently. Doors opened, but no one was inside. Only a single paper slip lay on seat 14A, waking is forbidden.